Do you think this crowd would be interested talking about handguns and what's going on? Or do you think
For
it's
sure. I think it's good to hear that from someone who's involved. So we're live now, by the way,
okay?
but not live. We're kind of just warming up live.
Yeah,
So
good.
yeah,
Must have been tough summer, or you just, or maybe that's your winter thing that you don't have an alcoholic beverage in front of you, or maybe you do. It's not.
not today. I'm trying to I'm trying to organize my life.
Yeah,
But I've been drinking the last couple of days. So today I'm just kind of taking a day off.
yeah. I,
So yeah.
I made a really dangerous discovery over the summer. Is I discovered quality rum.
Oh, is that right? What make and model are you?
I can't remember when I was in Europe. My brother-in-law went to this cellar, and she sold the lady that was working there introduced us to a couple of different rums, and there was this
Oh, nice.
really nice, and she's kind of, I didn't realize there. I mean, it makes sense what somebody explains, but there's molasses versus
Yeah,
the
sugar cane.
the sugar cane
Yeah,
rum,
yeah,
and the flavor and on the like the proper rum.
yeah,
Yeah, you can drink that stuff
yeah.
like
My
pristine.
my brother-in-law loves Diplomatico rum.
Is it Cuban or
It's Cuban.
Dominican?
Yeah, he loves.
Cuban, yeah.
I think it's Cuban. Hey, Doug. Hey, Kim. Long time no long time no chat. Hope all of you are well. Get a chance to. I miss connecting with all of my buddies from across Canada through this medium. So that's good. Yeah. So I haven't gone out and taken that shotgun yet since the first couple of times. I'm addicted. For those that don't know, um, I bought a nice CZ over and under from Asmir to try my hand at skeet shooting because I heard so much about it. Actually, sporting clays because Francis from Alberta introduced it to me one day. It's like shotgun PRS basically, sporting clays. So that's a rabbit hole to get into. So something else, but it's social, which is nice. So that's what I'm working on now. Yeah. How's Colt doing? Colt's doing
Cole's
fine.
doing well. He's a little bit upset. We just were doing the fence in the backyard, so
Oh no, so you
he
can't run
needs
and
to
play
go out
anymore.
supervised. I usually just let him out, and he's pouting a little bit.
Oh,
So,
that's all right.
but
I know he's got a good life.
yeah, oh, it's tough life. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very tough.
Hey, Bryson, how's it going, buddy? Yeah. Unfortunately, Matt can't make it out tonight. He's got family visiting, and he's spending some quality time. We'll get him on the next few weeks. Big year for everybody. Lots of stuff. Big year for Matt for sure. So, but yeah, no, it's been a great year. It's been hectic. It's been super busy. It's still busy. So, but we're getting into the tail end to kind of settle into things, which is nice. Start making plans for next year. Never stops. Never stops. So started speaking to sponsors again, trying to line up for next season, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. All right, it's looks like it's 8:30. So let me fire up the intro. Hey, welcome to the Rimfire Nation Podcast, Season 2, Episode 1. The boys are back. I know that some of the guys are going to be jumping on late. We normally have been recording at 9 o'clock, and we're going to try 8:30, see if that works. But already, as you can see, it doesn't work for everybody. People have kids and other things to tie up, so maybe we'll go back to 9. We'll see. We'll discuss it after the episode. So tonight we have Asmir joining us. I believe Thomas and John are going to try and get on as well once they finish up their domestic duties. So it's been a heck of a year, Asmir. Thank you very much for your support, not only support of the podcast, but support of the series and also support of the shooters. I'm sure you've been pretty busy this summer. Has business been busier for you this year versus last year?
It's very it's kind of extension of a pandemic in a way, because it's very campaign like.
Oh yeah.
Well, the shortages continue,
Yeah.
and the backlogs of things, and kind of stuff arrives, and then it's gone, and then it arrives and it's gone. So it's there's no kind of flat and steady anymore.
There's no steady.
Yeah, it just kind of stuff comes in, and then we're struggling to get stuff more in. So it's kind of like it comes in waves. But yeah, the business has definitely changed. Yeah, it was a good summer. It was good, nice, busy summer. I was lucky to been able to travel, and we went to Europe with the family
Nice.
for a couple of weeks, and JP was holding the fort while we were away, and yeah, we came back to large stash of ammo, so that was nice.
Yeah. And then all that pistol stuff as well that kind of provided some unexpected
stuff. Yeah, that's just the craziness of the yeah, with all the regulation changes, and just that's been a bit of a roller coaster. And pistol is not huge part of our business.
It wasn't originally.
It wasn't originally. Yeah. I mean, and we but some of the other businesses were very, very focused on handgun. That was crazy for them. So, but yeah, I think it was a good summer. Didn't get to shoot as much, but I think that's for everybody. You can always be in a little bit better shape, and you can always drink a little bit less, and you can always shoot a little bit more. Right?
We're gonna have to get you behind the gun at ORPS and CRPS matches, so you know what all your customers are going through, Asmir.
Yeah,
that's my vow for 2023 is to get you.
Hey, when I was in Germany, I spent a lot of time in the tunnel. So
okay.
I don't know if you guys saw any pictures on the social media, but the Tesro has a test range. It's 50-meter indoor.
Nice.
It's underground. I made sure that was my my deal with Miriam. If you're gonna go, because I was gonna miss the small bore nationals.
Yeah.
If we go, I need to have a little bit of alone time with the guns.
Nice.
So that was good.
And that worked.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah,
good.
it was good. We got such a good gift of weather like this last week here. So this Sunday, JP and I just packed up. We packed up our cars full of rifles and ammo, and just spent the day at the range. And it's a tough
life.
You had that. Sorry.
Don't you spend all your days like that, just going to the range shooting guns and ammo?
In my head, I do. It happens in my head on a daily basis. In reality, not really. It's mostly sitting and answering emails and phone calls. Yeah. But yeah, in my head, the head wanders off to the range quite often.
I know. Nice. A happy place. Hey, John Gingrich. It's been ages, buddy. How you doing, man?
Good. And yourself?
Awesome, buddy. How was your summer?
I think kind of like what Asmir was saying. It's been a good summer, but very busy.
Yeah.
Not enough time to do what you should, let alone what you want.
Yeah. Did you get as much shooting this year as you did last year?
No.
Close,
actually. Thank you. Yeah. I think Rick froze.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was on my side. Did you shoot up all the Ely?
I still have a little bit left.
Okay, so you did shoot some then. Okay.
Yeah, I have some contact, some force, and some match.
Got enough.
What's that?
You got enough for next season?
Depends how much I shoot. So I went through a whole bunch of the force just in practice, but I ended up losing confidence because it shot worse than what I do.
Oh.
And so then when I go back and I shoot with the match, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I haven't lost it. And so I kind of quit that. So I'm not sure. But I almost wonder if I'm better off dry fire than using
And live fire.
something that doesn't shoot well in this rifle. If I'd use the other rifle, then Force would shoot better than it does in this one. But yeah, don't know. I guess maybe I just have to start buying all the good stuff.
It's funny. I was JP and I were talking about it. There was a post from Lapua, and this is not propping up Lapua because we sell Lapua, but it's just kind of making fun of it a little bit. So they were congratulating one of the sponsored shooters, one of the U.S. shooters, and of course I'm like, and what do you think he shoots? Well, he shoots exact. I wonder why. So, I mean, yeah, but it's you know, it's kind of funny that always the sponsor shooters are always shooting the top shelf ammo, but you don't necessarily need the top shelf ammo to get top shelf performance. When I say top shelf, I mean like the most expensive.
Like I could go buy 10x too, but for what we do, the match is good enough.
Yeah. Did you try Team?
I had Team. Team?
Blue box.
No, I have not shot Team. I've shot Edge.
Edge is the completely black round. Yeah.
Black box, yeah.
They don't have now.
No,
I haven't seen
one of those experiments from Ely that
was
a good experiment, and they stopped making it. And I think that tells us how it went with Edge.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of Team out in the wild. I've seen
Grant Sparrow Team.
Oh yeah.
Friend of mine, when your Ely showed up, he bought the Team, or as much of it as he could, and it shoots very well. Like it shoots his lot. If you were to give that ammo to somebody in a different box, they'd have no different. Yeah. They wouldn't know. It shoots very good.
Do you have Team in stock, Esmer?
No, Team is it's kind of like seems like a perennial thing from Ely. Okay. Yeah, they pulled it completely disappeared from their website, and I was told I don't know if you're ever going to make it, and it's back now. So Team is like the third dimpled round, right? So there's a 10x, then there's Match, the black box, and then Team is like the third one. But I don't know. Then I haven't been very consistent with having Team.
Right.
Where 10x and Match have been there for over 20 years from Ely. So, but Team is good. I mean, and generally it's priced better. I mean, it is one grade below in terms of the price.
Below Match.
Yeah,
okay.
But it performs quite well. When we can get it, it's good. But that Remington Match, I think, as far as Ely goes, that's probably one of for the higher grade of Ely ammo. That's probably the best deal right now, because that's still old stock when Remington did that run, and when that stuff runs out, we'll never see it again. And it's going to be regular Match, like Ely Match, which is it's going to be like $2 or $3, at least $2 or $3 more per box. So. Yeah, it's just people get spooked by Remington on the box.
That's what I shoot is the Remington.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people saw you shooting and they're like, "Oh, it can't be that bad." And
John's the barometer. I'm going to do whatever John does. Shoot his rifle.
I'll start buying 10x then, Rick.
Oh yeah, there you go. Hey Thomas, how's it going, buddy?
Pretty good. How about you guys?
Good, man. Long time no see.
It's been a while.
It's good to be back. Good to be back seeing you guys. I miss you. I miss you all you guys. I miss these Wednesday evening hangouts.
That's right.
So yeah, awesome.
So Thomas and I see each other at the gym more often than
You guys really?
Because our kids go to the same gym.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
we don't work out. It's really just kids around.
Your life is shifting to that, right? When you end up doing more for them than for yourselves.
Yeah, so they're the two creepy guys moving ammo from one car to another outside of the gym.
All those parking lot shenanigans. That's wild. Well, this is the 2022 season wrap-up recap. It's been a heck of a year. Too bad Matt couldn't make it because he's had an amazing year this year and hats off to the Northern Rimfire series for just kicking ass and taking names. They put together a good crew, good series, and the results are showing when the guys go into the States. They posted some big results, so hats off to those guys and everyone involved. Hopefully next year I'll be able to shoot some of those more of those matches. I didn't get a single match in this year. It's been a crazy schedule. Next year is going to be an easier schedule. My wife has told me it will be an easier schedule. So yeah, so that's good.
Speaking of Matt and doing well, tooting, I'm going to toot this on his behalf here, but I don't know if you guys caught the result from the New England finale that we attended to in New York State last week, I think, or the one before. He managed to finish in first place ahead of Yannick.
Oh, nice.
So that was an achievement for him.
Nice. Is that the center fire or rimfire?
Rimfire.
Oh, rimfire. Nice.
Yeah.
That's huge. When you can beat Yannick, that's a good day.
Yeah.
That's a good day. Nice.
Matt's been very consistent, especially the second half of the season. He's just killed it.
Yeah, every podium picture I see there's Matt's smiling face somewhere in there. So that's awesome. Yeah. I'm so happy for him. I'm happy for everyone that
he made the cover page of the Sheepdog Course of Fire. So.
Nice.
Star.
Nice. Womfat's underlining his reputation as not only a content producer but a results deliverer, which is awesome. Yeah. That's so cool. That's good. He had a good year. A lot of people had great years this year. Russ Rodriguez, I think he had a good turnout as well, and obviously Grant Sparling. And did Grant go to the NRS shoot? I can't remember if he won Open.
Didn't see him a lot, but I don't know how many NRS he actually shot.
Nice.
Enough to still end up on top. So
yeah, and then there's a national championship in when is that December?
Bunch of these guys are December, the first weekend of December. Unfortunately, this is the weekend where my field has their major trade show every year, and my son was also born that weekend. So it's not looking too good for Texas finale for me. But
that's not too far away.
Yeah,
it's a month and a bit. That's going to be awesome. It's going to be interesting to see how
3rd and 4th or 4th and 5th, something like that.
Nice. Do we have a big crew going down? A lot of Canadians? A handful?
Quite a few. The names that come up to my mind, Borsellino, Matt, Robert Gordon, Colin Gilmore, Grant. I don't know if Yannick is going. There's quite a few.
Great. Do you know if Russ is going down?
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's on that list too. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. That's gonna be a good crew. I can't wait to see how it all shakes out. That'll be a wake up call. I'm sure the regionals were a wake up call for the Americans.
Frankly, I mean, I don't make a difference, but Canadians have made an impact everywhere at the U.S. matches that I've been at. Definitely a few on the podiums every time. So Sheepdog, MKM, and McCoon. So
nice. It's good. It's good to see that all the hard work and all the events are paying off, and all the time that people are putting into it.
That's right.
And we have equipment and ammo peddlers like Asmir at Tesro, making sure we're adequately supported with gear and ammo.
That's right.
So that's awesome. What's new at Tesro coming up, Asmir? I know you guys have been working on stuff, more exciting stuff. What's the big news?
Well, we are getting a little bit more regular, which is kind of what we get excited because it's kind of hands-on. We're getting more regular with doing builds, and our goal is to do, if we can keep it up, a build every week or every 2 weeks, and because it is a bit of a process. We shoot them, so we make sure it's not just slapping stuff together.
Right.
And so it's been, and they have been very positively received. And we got some deuces in. So we just finished the build with deuce. Actually, that's what's sitting in the case behind me there. And we shot it this weekend. It's pretty good. It's good. It's good. It's like one of those. I think JP might walk away with it and not come back.
Yeah, that's a problem, guys. If they're, JP is hoarding all of the good shooting
I know.
rifles and pistols that goes through Tesro. So
Well, the thing
eventually,
is, he also shoots them. So he's kind of like me. He'll take a rifle if he's going to shoot it. He's not going to just
yeah,
take a second one just because he likes it. So
yeah,
yeah. So I mean, we were lucky. Finally, things came together. We were waiting for the barrels to come, so we got some IBI barrels. And because we didn't have any barrels for a while,
right.
and MDT has been supplying us with chassis, so chassis are not bad, and now we got a JE chassis in, so I think we're going to do a build with those.
Oh, nice.
It's going to be a pricey one, but it's going to be nice, and now we got Deuces in, and actually we got Trigger Tech. We signed up with Trigger Tech dealer just recently, so that'll be pumping
Nice.
up the
Nice.
website. So
Nice.
putting
So
those in.
so these builds are gonna appear on the website, or you?
They are on the
putting them
website. So it's So I mean, they're on the website. I think I might have to put a separate section for them. The thing is, we don't stock builds. We kind of do
build
onesies
builds.
and twosies, and
Right.
yeah, and sometimes people will kind of ask, well, can I add this or can I change this? And that's kind of nice of doing them. They're kind of semi-custom, but we kind of doing them as if we were doing rifle for ourselves within the price
Right.
range. So it's
What
Sorry?
barrels are you putting on? Well, the IBI, but what specs are you putting on the Deuce? And I'm asking because I built a Deuce over the past few months, so that's going to be a 2023 rifle.
If this went to war, I think it would do well.
Gotcha.
Is that 20-inch barrel? 20.
It's a very big barrel. We were thinking about the names for it. It was like Bertha and the tank.
Oh, really?
And Stealth Bomber come to mind. So we put a very heavy barrel
Okay.
on it.
How long is it? Do you know how long it is? Is it a 26 inch? Because John's gonna have a fit.
I think it's 20 or 22.
It's usually 22. I don't think he can cut 26 because the blanks are about
No,
26, 28, something like that.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a Palma profile.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
shoot
Beefy.
Truck axle.
Yeah, so it's quite heavy, but it's not. It's opposite of what we were talking about at the beginning of the season, the lightweight build.
Yeah.
This is not in that spectrum, right? But Deuce is also full Remington 700 footprint action, right? So it's not dainty. You don't, I wouldn't see that as being used something for a smaller like a light build. 457 or some of the other actions are much better suited for that. To go for something lighter.
Yeah, I think that'd be a perfect King of 22 miles build.
Yeah, I mean it's heavy enough you can use it as a bench rest rifle. I mean if you have a mag, but it's very heavy. It's like
that's why.
I mean it's definitely not dainty. It's not a light build. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's why we always have an offhand, unsupported standing stage.
Yeah,
just to make everyone regret their choices.
Yeah,
Bryce. And that 26-inch comment was an inside joke.
Yeah, but hey, if you can balance it well, weight is not necessarily going to work against you as long as you don't have it sitting 26 inches in front of you, kind of thing. Yeah.
But 22-pound rifles aren't as exciting to me anymore. That's so 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So builds are one. I mean, like there's been a fair bit of learning curve to put these together. I mean, we've been doing 457s for a while, and kind of we've been doing a lot of stuff with CZ. But CZ, as popular as they are, and everybody likes them, like even we are struggling with sourcing parts for them.
Okay.
But we are able to actually put stuff together, and everybody's looking for mags, everybody's looking for things for them. Unfortunately, the whole handgun thing kind of eclipsed everything for CZ because the distributor has been so focused over the summer bringing handguns in, and that they kind of didn't really put a lot of emphasis on other CZ products like shotguns and rifles. So hopefully that's gonna straight, and that's on top of the global supply issues and blah blah blah, everything that's going on. So that just made it that much harder to kind of keep stock of CZ parts. But I mean, it's not much different from the other brands. Same thing, all the other brands that kind of have the handguns in the portfolio that kind of really changed the landscape of how things were in the kind of gun firearms industry in Canada. Everybody's trying to kind of get the handguns through and make sure that we can process everything as possible. And now it's done. No more handguns. So since we're talking about it, the freeze is on. So if you were thinking about handgun, you can keep on thinking about it until the government changes, because the freeze is on. There's no more new transfers.
You can still buy parts and mags, though, right?
So I think that's So I wanted, actually, this is one of the things I wanted to bring up, so kind of to clarify for people. You cannot buy a frame. So basically, the part that has a serial number you can't buy, but upper, generally, as far as we know, pretty much all the uppers will still be available. I know that because a lot of CZs that we sell, they have multiple versions of the uppers, or there's optics ready, or something, or 22 conversion kits and whatnot. Those are, most of the time, they're not even considered a firearm, so you can actually, like, they could come in freely, so that's good. In terms of like the little parts like springs and pins and those kind of consumable parts, they shouldn't be a problem. I think what's going to be more a problem with parts is that as handgun sales freeze, the dealers and distributors are going to stop stocking parts because their business is going to go away. So I think that's what's going to make it a little bit harder, right? If you're a big store, let's say like Cabela's, and you're selling handguns all the time, you're going to have handgun stuff. But when you stop selling handguns, you're not going to just have some handgun parts, so somebody can come once a year, maybe get a spring. Yeah. So I think that's going to make it harder, because basically handguns are going to turn into kind of historic weapon in Canada as far as we're concerned. So that's what it's going to make. But there's no a law per se that prevents importers from bringing in parts.
Does it impact the import of ammo at all?
Right now, no. So there's been no changes on the ammo. The only thing that's even remotely kind of applicable is there have been some hand waving about restricting rifle magazine size. But I don't know. We don't know what form that's going to take, and if that's going to come into effect, or it hasn't even been. It's not on any of the bills or regulations. It's kind of something that it was thrown out. But in terms of the ammo, nothing has been. No changes on the horizon, which is good. I mean, it's hard to get ammo to begin with. We don't need any more regulation around it.
Yeah. Any exception for sports shooter? Like, I'm thinking of IPSC and IDPA and some of the Olympic disciplines.
The bill, the way the bill is written, basically, you have to be shooting one of the Olympic disciplines. And as far as the pistol Olympic disciplines, there's air pistol. And all the competition air pistols are not firearms anyways, because they're under 500 feet per second. Okay. So those are kind of free from the regulations, and they're not covered in the airsoft regulations, which we can talk about as well if people have interest in. But they did make exception for Olympic shooting, and they do for Olympic style shooting. They do shoot 22 pistol. Kind of like the one that Tesro makes, which we never imported, just because it's like a mega niche market. Like that would be like it's a very, very specific, like purpose specific pistol for shooting rapid fire and sport pistol in the Olympics, and it's just not very popular in Canada. That might change now, because that's basically the only pistol they can legally buy. But I don't think so. It's a very, very, it's quite niche. We might see a bit of an uptick, but I don't really see people just flocking to clubs to do it. In terms of IPSC, I know their presentation was made to the security committee this week, actually, by some pistol sport shooting representatives, like by athletes, kind of asking to broaden that allowance for importation and sale of the sport or pistols intended for sport usage, and IPSC was one of them. So hopefully, for the sake of sport, that they will kind of change it, but nobody's holding their breath.
Gotcha.
I think that the current government is pretty kind of set on handgun, blank handgun ban. So
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but yeah, that's just unfortunately that's the reality. So that's kind of that on regulation. So the other thing I wanted to just kind of briefly mention, that if you have purchased a handgun, as far as we know, that the transfers will be completed. Even for people that purchased the handgun, the transfer was not initiated, as long as there's a proof of purchase and there's a legitimate reason why the transfer was not initiated. So maybe your license had expired, and it was in process of expiring. So basically, if it's on them. So if the ball was already in RCMP's court and your license wasn't renewed, that's why I couldn't initiate transfer. They will allow for those, but no other new transfers. So, yeah.
That's it. So if you have it, you're lucky. If you don't,
sorry.
Yeah, if you have a pistol, consider yourself lucky.
Yeah.
If you've been dreaming for one for a while and didn't do anything, only in your dreams, I guess.
I know a lot of guys, suddenly their wives ended up buying pistols. Why do you need two shadows? Well, one for me, one for my wife.
Right.
Okay.
That's it.
And then so what else is new? We're lots of ammo came in. We just got some ammo that came in, and we actually have ammo in stock, which is kind of nice. We'll see how long it lasts this time.
Yeah. Is that the SK and Ely or just SK?
Everything. Actually, we have everything in stock. Probably have like most variety now that we've had in very long time.
There you go. So buy it now if you guys need it.
Yeah.
Who knows when?
The first wave of SK was kind of pretty much went on reservation. Like we had taken a couple of reservations, and that kind of took better part, most of it. And and I think in general for ammo, kind of what we talked about last time, we're going to run out of ammo probably relatively soon. I don't think it's going to last till Christmas, what we have. The ammo is not kind of from our suppliers. We're not going to see any SK or Lapua coming until spring, probably. Whether you're buying it from us or someone else, I would really recommend think about what your next season is, and kind of plan for the ammo. Don't wait till the spring, because or midwinter, if you can. Of course, everybody has their own budget and everything, and not everybody can kind of financially kind of make a room to allow for large purchase of ammunition kind of at the beginning of the season. But unfortunately, the times are like that we have to plan. I don't think the situation is really going to change over next at least a year or 2 years. So just kind of be a little bit mindful in terms of what ammo do you need, especially for those guys that are competitive and they use particular ammunition for competition. Kind of be mindful of it that I wouldn't say necessarily a shortage. It's just when it comes, it disappears really quick. The sport is grown too, so there's more demand. And Canada is not exactly on top of the list when it comes to US is. Canada isn't. The places to send ammo. So so just kind of make sure you plan, buddy up with somebody. If you can kind of, it's good to have somebody else that's you kind of using the same ammo, so you can share the cost of shipping or buying and little bit more, and then you can borrow if one of you is shooting more. And then in terms of the other equipment, I think things are getting a little bit better. I think we're starting to see things kind of flow a little bit more regular basis compared to kind of that initial kind of time when we were getting out of pandemic.
Right.
So I think we're gonna see some of the things becoming a little bit more available. Barrels are still barrels are still a long wait, and notice even IBI's got quite a bit of wait. Even we had to wait to get barrels for our build because it's not something that's stockable, right? They don't. It's not like they sit there and make 1,000 barrels and they sit on the shelf.
Yeah.
Right. They need to machine them. They need to make sure they're do quality control and everything else. Proof. We deal with both the IBI and proof barrels now. They're quoting a 6 to 8 months wait.
Holy crap!
Yeah, it was 3 to 4 months. So
that's almost you're going to miss the next season if you don't buy it now.
It's pretty much like, I mean, if you're shooting something like ridiculous like 6mm Creedmoor where you burn a barrel of 1,000 rounds, might as well buy 2.
Yeah,
at least you're set for season and a bit. So I mean, shooters always had to plan. I think now it's even more important than ever. Just kind of look at kind of what your season's now. Season is winding down, so winter is the good time to kind of take inventory of what you have and what you think about that you might need for the next season and plan a little bit. So the good thing is that we do have now a full winter to kind of get ready for the next season.
Hey, Carl had a question on reloading components, powders and projectiles, and dare I ask, primers, and what's
let's start with the pink unicorn, which is primers. If you see primers, buy them. It's good to be on a seafood diet with primers. If you see food, you eat it. If you see primers, you buy them. The primers are going to continue being very difficult to get. We have no idea when they're going to come in or if they come in. And when they do come in, they don't last very long. We got a bunch of Campro primers. They sold out so quick. We started getting hate mails from people. You put in your newsletter, there's there. I went to a website, it's not there. And I'm like, it's just that's just the reality. A lot of manufacturers are putting primers and they're loaded in their cartridges because they get better margin out of that. So they've obviously, they're taking care of their own production first. So primers are going to be difficult. Powder, we got some powder. We had some powder. We don't have any more. We just got a little bit but not, not nearly as much as we wanted. Powder is going to keep coming in. The powder that we carry a finished powder with the woody. It's been coming in. We've been getting in more than ever before. It's just there's no other powders on the market, so it feels like we never have enough. So as far as with the woody powder is concerned, we're getting it. It's coming in, but it's just there's so much demand for the powder right now. I would recommend if you bought powder from us before, email us, get on the list. We're not taking money right now, but we do have a list for powder. So when it comes in, we basically go chronologically as it arrives. Unfortunately, some people have been on the list for a year because that's how long we've been waiting for some powders. Other components are a little bit better. We just got another shipment of Lapua projectiles and brass. We have a fairly decent stock of both Lapua and Hornady bullets. Some of the bullets are hard to get. We haven't seen them for over a year. Like 143 grain ELDX, 6.5mm ELDX. That's definitely pink unicorn. That's a rainbow unicorn. That's not even pink. And then but similar with the other things with components, kind of think about what you need when they come in. Do a little bit of planning. The bullets don't go bad. That's always an easy thing to kind of stock. Things like burgers for those guys that maybe shoot burgers. Yeah, good luck. Maybe look for alternative options. Just I
think everyone has been looking for alternate. I think they're trying to set up their own milling machine so they can get their own bullets.
Resize bullet.
Just resize it. Good at delivering. Like other than couple of products, Hornady has been pretty good. Like we've been getting A-tips and ELD match. They've been coming in pretty steady. For Lapua, like they're coming in, but they just come into country once or twice a year. But when they come in, like we have, for some of them, they're quite hard to get. Campro, we just got restocked on Campro for They have some plinking rifle bullets, and they have a lot of pistol bullets. I mean, their rifle bullets are not top grade. I mean, nobody's going to pretend they have 223 bullets and 30 cal bullets, but those are for
Campro's my 55 grain CQB blaster ammo, man.
Exactly.
It's just got to poke a hole in the paper at 25 yards. That's all I needed it for.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the rifles that those projectiles were feeding are mostly prohibited now. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, 223. There's some non-prohib 223s.
Yeah, there's some non-prohib, but I'm saying
and 308s and yeah. 4570. Do they make a 4570?
They do.
Nice.
It's a big bullet.
It is. But I only shoot 405 grain hardcast though. That's a nice chunk of lead.
It's a big bullet. It's like the size of a thumb.
Yeah, for sure.
We have a couple of new brands coming on board very soon. Just kind of working through the logistics of it. So we'll announce it maybe on next time we're on the podcast or on newsletter. But
whenever you have news, we're happy to get on and make the announcement. Perfect. Yeah. Thanks, Asmir. Appreciate the update. And just hang tight and buy it when you see it, folks. That's probably what the best advice. And if you're looking for powder, get on the waiting list with Tesro. So, and it's good. John is here, our master statistician. We're going to go through the CRPS 2022 season end results. We've already actually had two matches accumulating for 2023. Just for those that don't know, we had the Nationals in, was it August? It was August, right? Or July? In Saskatoon. We had the Nationals in Saskatoon, so all events after that are now accruing points for the 2023 season. For those that also didn't know, we had an issue with the ORPS website, so that Outlaw Rimfire is down for the foreseeable future. Thanks, Derek. August. And all of the key data for ORPS is being presented in the CRPS website. And for those that don't know, I'll share it now. So if you look over here, so this is the main page of CRPS, rimfireprecision.ca. So there is a tab for Outlaw Rimfire Precision Series. In there, you'll see the season to date. You'll see the season to date leaderboard, the events page, and also the Course of Fire download. So that's roasting now. So this is up to date as of September. And hopefully, Thomas, I guess, depending on when we get the results for October, we'll be able to talk about the season, the national season winners, I guess, for all of the divisions.
Sunday evening project or Monday.
Yeah. Also, for those interested, if you want to see the stats, you click on the September update. That'll give you the main, season to date standings from May to September. And then on the side, we have all the monthly results. So you can see how you did in September all the way to January. So it's click on this one for the up-to-date season, and then click on the ones on the right on the drop-downs for the let's look at that. April and February are flipped for all the different monthly results if you want to see where you ended up in the month. So for those that didn't know that. Now for the 2022 leader, again, what we've got is the leaderboard up to date. So this is the stats accumulated to the end of the season. And then you've got your shooter classification report card and your rookie of the year race standings. So we'll start with the leaderboard. So this is the leaderboard, the results for this year. So for youth division, we've got Logan Lonne in the West, shot 3 matches. He came in first. Avery Jolicoeur with 2 matches came in second, and Jess Tischler with 1 match. And again, it's one of those weird years where we just didn't have enough matches in the East to give everyone an equal number. We're working on making sure we address that in 2023 to have both Eastern Ontario and Western Ontario. There's a big divide, but there's a maximum travel distance that each group would rather not do. So we're going to try and have a good spread. And really, we're looking for host properties that are willing to host matches. We've got one or two, but we know we need another 2 or 3 to make it really set up. In production division, we have Aaron Kwong, Mike Turner, and Brandon Watkins rounding up first, second, and third. Met Aaron this summer. Good guy, good shooter. Just another guy who just works hard to make it. And Mike Turner only had two matches.
What does
I think
region
we would have
national mean?
John, I guess that was the.
That's so you know, they shot the championship.
Oh, I see. Okay, gotcha.
So if you shot everything but the championship, then it's going to show, you shot the East or you shot the West.
Cool.
So the third place standings there,
For
he
Brandon?
did not shoot the national. Third place, Brandon.
Yeah.
He placed third without shooting the national championship. If you follow what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
If he would have shot the national championship, he would have likely been second or something like that, because he's missing one whole match worth of points.
Right. Could have been 100 points.
Maybe that just makes it confusing for people, but
Is
Now,
it straight sum, John?
pardon me?
Is it a straight sum of the points, or is there some sort of a factor supplied to it?
It is the sum of your top 3.
Oh, top 3. Okay.
Yes, but
Okay,
all of the points are referenced, your match points are based off of the top shooter
for that match. Yeah, it's your percentage of the
you
top
can't
shooters.
just go to matches and rack up points. You can improve your score, but you can't just go infinite. You go to every match.
Yeah, so this is not match points. This is series points at the match.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were the finales and regional and national, did they have a factor? I think we've done 1.5 or 2x before.
Yes, so the regionals and the national, they all are worth more points. So if you were to shoot in the East, then your championship is worth basically half of your points, because that's one of your 3 matches. And then if you want to go for your national rankings, your national points is going to be how would it shake out? 2/5, something like that. And your championship in your region is 2/5, and then 1/5 of your points is actually your.
Oh yeah, there's. I see Mike Turner in there twice. I think I emailed you about that, didn't I, John? Should Mike Turner's points be combined?
I believe.
Did I put the wrong? You updated, right?
I wonder if you put the original.
Yeah, I'll take a look at that. Yeah, because definitely that should be combined. So maybe we've got a change in the standings here for definitely we will have a change in the standings. So it'll be a 384. Is that right? 354.66 for Mike, bumping him into first place. Yeah, I'll take a look at the last email. So
Oops.
That'll be a change. Yeah.
Sorry,
Mike.
Tell you right.
That's definitely an error on my part, because I do remember getting the email from John. I thought I grabbed the latest one. My apologies for that.
I can tell you what they are right now if you want.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I believe he had messaged me about that too.
Of course, while we're waiting for that, let's take a look at the open division standings. So we have Jonathan Dorohoy, first place, Karim Kilani in second, and Randy Schuler in third place. Matt is close with a fourth, and Bryson is in fifth place. Nice. Thomas, I see you up there, buddy.
Oh, look at that. Nice.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I have them here.
Go, John. Yep.
So, Mike Turner is in first place with 354.66.
Yeah.
And then followed by Aaron at 274.4.
Okay.
And Brandon at the 158.74.
Okay. Nice. Okay. We'll get that sorted out. So Gongjo Targets is actually making the trophies as we speak. There was a slight delay. We were hoping to have it ready in time to be shipped out. He's actually making the trophies for last year and this year. We'll get those sent out. And he's also doing the trophies for the ORPS national winners this year as well. So congratulations to all of the participants. It was a fast-paced year. I think that, again, the key is hopefully we get more volunteers for event hosts to get at least 4 events in each region. That's our hope. That's our intent, is to give you multiple kicks at it, and we take the best. I'm going to type up as well that whether if you show up to all of the regional championships, are you able to kind of have an unfair advantage over those that aren't able to travel? So those are the discussions that we're going to have when we have our match director meeting later this year. For those that don't know, we are setting up an advisory council to kind of go through all of the potential rule changes and kind of how matches are set up and how points are tallied and all the different things that, being 4, almost 5 years into this, things have evolved, and we just want to make sure that we're pulling all of the data in and input from all the different regions and all the different match directors, and also there'll be shooters involved in that as well, just to make sure we're as connected as we can be. Certainly, it's worth hearing, given that it is it's a national program, and we want to make sure that we incorporate all of the input from those involved on both sides of the fence, either match directing or shooting. So stay tuned for that. So that is the CRPS championships. Let's take a look at the September season to date to see where things stand. And I know we've shot most of the October matches already, so the data is going to shift a little bit depending on how people have done. So in the youth division, we have Luke Trinke out of Manitoba in first, Andrew Wolf in second, and Jess Tischler in third place. Awesome. Congratulations. In the production division, we have Russ Rodriguez out of Ontario in first place, Mike Turner in second place, and Fedor Podripagora out of Vic Fish and Game in third place. So congratulations, folks. I wonder how these are going to change. It's going to be interesting. In the open division, we have Travis Hildebrand out of Manitoba, Jeff Graves out of Ontario, and Bentley out of Manitoba. So Bentley also runs Dominion Outdoors Shooting Store. I can't remember the actual name, but I visited Bentley this year when I was driving through Winkler. Beautiful store. He's got all the right gear for all the PRS style shooters. So thanks for hosting, Bentley, and congrats on your finish. And then we've got a bunch of your usual cast of characters kind of rounding out the list. So these are available on the Rimfire Precision.ca website for those that want to go through in greater detail. And again, as I said, the season for ORPS national standings points accumulation is going to be ending in October, and then we'll go into the winter season. All those crazy clubs that are going to be shooting through December, January, and frozen February. Stittsville, can't wait to shoot those matches.
By popular demand this year, if by Wednesday the forecast is below 20, we cancel.
Really? Oh man, nice.
We saw where the end of the road is last year when the equipment wasn't performing. I mean, rifles that normally group.
See, but normally it's not the cold. It's when if there's blowing snow, that's the issue, right?
Well, we found out that there can be too much cold. Knobs weren't turning on the scopes, and
that's true.
It was bad.
So you gotta get the polar edition of the scopes.
Just gotta get better equipment.
Yeah, we'll talk to Vanya about the polar edition of the Apex Rival.
That's right.
The Rival Sub-Zeros and Winter Warfare camo, maybe.
When the ammo starts jumping out of the magazine and going back into the box, then it's too cold.
Yeah,
head back to your pocket.
Yeah, I want to get out.
Yeah, so that's it. That's awesome. Thank you again, John, for your number crunching and all of the juggling that you do to make those numbers possible. Actually, I forgot to cover the what was I going to do? The Rookie of the Year. That's another interesting one. So let me just do the Rookie of the Year.
Saw a few, the two Dukan, Colin and Karen there.
Yes, yeah.
In the list.
The Duncans. They were good. It was fun working with them this year. They work hard at the craft. So let's look at the Rookie of the Year. So the Rookie of the Year are for those shooters that have not shot 3 matches in a prior season. So if you just got into it last year, you shot 1 match, you're still eligible for rookie standings until you shoot 3 matches total. So Rookie of the Year, we have Daniel Ulmer, first place in West. We have Serge out of Alberta and Aaron Kwong out of the Prairie provinces, and we have Fedor Jordan and Mike Jones, John Schaefer, John Warren Fredette, Mark Ashcroft. So the numbers are here. Congratulations, folks. Being a rookie is so intimidating, especially now that we're getting into the 5th year, and all the gear talk we had didn't exist the first year. So again, if you're interested in getting started, don't let the gear hold you back. It's more just the willingness to try and learn and kind of soak it all up. And it is fun once you get past the nerves. And at the last Boss Gear match we had a couple of folks join us from the QSEF who haven't really competed in long range, and we had the standard loaner rifles out for them, and they had a great time. We were hot gunning a rifle, and they were making hits, which was it's all that counts. That smile on your face when you make 1 or 2 hits per stage is infectious. I think that was the first match I'd shot in months. I rarely shot during the summer. It was just too hectic between doing the maple seeds and MDing, and a lot of the matches like the X-22s it's just too crazy for me to think about shooting at the same time as ROing. So everyone got dedicated ROs. So it was good.
We had the mentorship program last year, which I think we didn't put much emphasis on, but I've noticed that on the PRS side of things, on the Centerfire, they have the Pro-Am matches where a pro will be paired with an amateur.
Okay.
And I've seen some of the amateurs. They're not that amateurs, but
it's our first year competing.
Something like that. But the pro can coach his
nice
partner as much as they need win calls and everything. So
they win as a team. They win as a team.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I'm all.
Yes, they are scored as teams.
Oh yeah,
nice,
that's awesome.
Yeah, at least on for sure the Guardian matches, that's how they do it.
Nice. And is everyone shooting that match?
You see your individual score.
Yeah,
but you're competing as teams then too.
I think that would be great. I think with the rookie classification, would you be able to know as well who's a rookie and who's not?
So rookie doesn't mind a handicap. I'd be willing to mentor.
Perfect. Yeah, it's certainly I think I was hoping that we didn't push it hard, thinking that people already were getting paired up just informally, but we can certainly bring that back and put it more formally as part of it. And
But
again,
it
those are the
allows
things.
an open communication during the match, right?
Oh,
With
directly, yeah,
win
yeah. It's
calls
like
and
the
everything.
pro am. I mean, we could still do that without necessarily impacting. I mean, typically, if people are getting coached, they are going to get put into the stealth category, just because it's unfair for someone who wasn't getting coaching. And I think I don't know if everyone wants coaching. That'll be something something that we'll have to take a look at. We got a question on are we going to plan on running X22 matches again in 2023? Absolutely. X22 is such a fun event. I wish I'd shot one so far, but I haven't shot one yet just because we haven't hit that critical mass where this reminds me of where we were the first year of CRPS. Where it was just a little too crazy, but yeah, for sure. Yeah. So that's cool. Oh, hey, Asmir, you got Adam letting you know that long range match is out of stock.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. We he was out of stock, and we were able to get a little bit more from because we held some back just to make sure that reservations and back orders are filled, and so yeah, it's not a huge amount that we got.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, yeah, but
that was probably next to a rifle match. Long range match was probably the most popular SK round I saw this summer across Canada.
yeah.
People were
So
really
for this event, it's super popular, and it's been coming in very very consistent in terms of the performance.
Yeah.
Like Matt tested it, not this time around, but last time, and because he came in and he's okay, can I test some? I'm like, well, but I need to kind of come back tonight or tomorrow. So then he came back and it's like, yeah, honestly, I could have grabbed any of these lots. They were all pretty good. And so that's good to know. I mean, we still need to keep on testing it. Who knows? Like maybe they'll change the formula or something. But it's nice to kind of that doesn't happen often to be able to have consistency.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of guys are using rifle match as well, but it's a little bit slower. But until you start stretching it, rifle match works quite well. It's pretty consistent and it works well. And if you can't find long range, try biathlon sport. It's the same ballistically. It's the same, just a little bit lower grade. But remember JP won the first season with it. That's the precursor to long range, right? So all I'm saying, like if you want to get a little bit extra speed, that same speed as long range, biathlon sport is good and works. I mean, it's made for cold weather, so in theory, it should perform well.
Right.
Not minus 20 or the crazy stuff to do here.
At Stittsville.
Yeah.
They should call the Stittsville match.
For what we do as PRS style shooting, your higher end ammo, all lots are the same, basically.
Yeah.
And I got a bunch of different lots from you. I got other lots from a couple of other stores, so I could get a variety of lots of Ely Match and Ely 10X. And I tested it 50, 100, 200, and 300. And statistically, there is no difference. Most people go out and shoot. They'll shoot a few groups, and they'll go, "Oh yeah, this lot is better." But if you would shoot a few hundred more rounds, you will find out there is no difference. Go to your store, buy some ammo, go shoot.
Right.
But bench rest is a different game. But for what we are doing, I see no real difference with your better ammo.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and bench rest is 50 and 100 meters as well. Kind of, it's within that kind of sweet spot of like higher end precision for 22. Once you start getting further, there's wind is impacting so much that I think shooter is as much a factor as the ammo, as long as the ammo groups somewhat. I mean, if you use some the Freedom Bucket stuff, then forget it.
Now to be fair to the
same too.
now to be fair to the Freedom Bucket, so as part of our Discovery Days, Rimfire Nation Discovery Days, that was our blaster ammo was bucket of bullets or golden bullets, and people were surprised that you could actually do reasonably well with it. Really depends on how generous the targets are. But people were making first round hits at 340 meters with the Savage B-22 precisions and the ammo that we had. So I mean, is it consistent? No, but
But that's the key. It's the consistency, right? You'll still be able to make hits, but
it all depends on how consistent you are, right? If you can't group with Ely 10X, you're not going to be able to group with anything. Actually, there's a question. What is the Ely equivalent to SK long range match?
So there isn't 1-to-1 equivalent. So Ely came up with a new product I think it will be comparable to Biathlon Sport. We got so little of it and sold really quick. It's called Biathlon something. I forgot the name because we got very little of it. And then I get in terms of what Ely wants to be a product, there is Ely Force. Really, that's kind of what Ely wanted to be. The product that's intended for this, but it's not the same ballistically. I mean, Force is heavier bullet as well, and the speed's a little bit different, and the formula is different, obviously. I've
had great luck with Ely Contact, and
subsonic version of that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but all the Ely rounds that I've tested clock in at 11 and change, so they're packed a little hotter than your average SK, which works out well in the winter. And I think flirting with the speed of sound is probably a good thing for the long range endeavor. So club and contact I've had great luck with.
And club is kind of I'd say kind of like SK rifle match, SK long range in terms of the price. That's where that's kind of so you can expect similar performance, and same thing with contact and force, and like John said, I think that's kind of like that sweet spot, the price to performance ratio. There's higher grade Ely ammo, which is great, and it's going to shoot well, but it might not be worth spending money. But test it and see it, and always kind of see what's adequate to what you think is the performance that you're expecting out of it.
Great. Hey, do you have enough inventory for those sampler packs yet, Asmir, or you're still?
Yes, we do. We took a different approach this one. We actually severed off some stuff for sampler packs.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, it's we didn't do it before because our philosophy was we're not going to have sampler packs, so people unless we have the ammo to back it up.
Right.
With. So if you go oh my God, I tested this and it's like XYZ ammo works really well. Can I buy some? And we don't have it. But then there's another thing is people are doing new builds. People are testing out their setups, and sample packs are kind of the ideal way to test what you want to do with a large variety of ammo from getting it from one spot rather than buying a box here, box there. So actually we put some stuff away for sample packs, and hopefully we should have sample packs throughout the winter. Not famous last words, but we put a good amount aside, and we're playing around with kind of different sample packs. There's other ammo that also came into the country of unknown quality. I'm just going to say it because we haven't really tested it. There's some new distributors and importers that came on board. One is TAC 22. We carry it.
That's Norma, right?
Stuff, yeah. So Norma and RWS are owned by the same company, soon to be Beretta Group. We can talk about that as well if people care.
Next week.
So anyway, so that TAC 22, people have had decent results with it. It's quite economical. It's cheaper than most of the other stuff that we carry. And it's not as consistent from what I heard, but test it. Right. And some guys have been having really good results with it. And for the price, that's really fantastic.
Do you still have some of that SNB Canadian match?
That's all gone. I really
All
wish I
gone, eh?
bought more of that. People are getting
Yeah,
pretty good results, and that was really well priced.
yeah,
That
yeah. It
was
was
like,
it
yeah, I
was
don't
it
think,
was pretty good.
yeah,
It was comparable to CCI standard velocity in
Oh gosh,
the
yeah,
these
testing
things
that I
are
did.
loud. It's like somebody shooting force.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, and then
They were working. They were working for
Yeah.
some people. I saw
yeah,
some good groups with it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it was good.
yeah. So
And
Norma, I mean Norma is on the kind of more quality end of the ammunition manufacturer. So expect stuff to be clean and consistent type of thing. It's just they don't really have a name. Um, I think I personally think this is rebranded RWS stuff. I don't
okay,
really think it's I don't know. You don't just go and build a small bore manufacturing to manufacture small bore.
right,
So I think it's RWS. It's coming from RWS factory, and it's basically made, and they put their labels on it because it's owned by the same group of companies. But we don't know what's the formula in there. Like, is it RWS semi-auto or one of the Gecko lines? Like, it could be any.
yeah,
But try it. I mean, and there's a good amount of it in the country. We carry it. There's other dealers that have it as well. If it works well, I mean, yeah, it's more, it's better priced than most of the other things that we have.
interesting.
Yeah, I heard there's some Gecko and some Fiocchi had made it into the country.
Okay,
Fiocchi is Italian. We're considering to carry it. And Fiocchi has been making small bore ammunition for a long time. I never tested it, so I don't really know how well it performs. Gecko will be kind of more like CCI. I would say CCI kind of level of
Gecko.
quality. Or
How
federal.
do you spell gecko?
GECO. Gecko is to RWS to what SK is to Lapua. So Gecko is kind of their econo line, where RWS is kind of premium line. So and some it's very popular in Europe. Like if you walk in a shooting store in Europe, that you'll see Gecko ammunition.
Really, I've never seen it before.
Yeah,
But they've got a full line.
They got everything. They make a lot of pistol, like centerfire pistol ammunition and things like that, and centerfire. Yeah. So I'm hoping that SIG is going to start making some small bore ammo. We've been getting some SIG centerfire ammunition, in particular pistol ammo. That's what we shoot in our pistols, and it's really good.
Interesting.
For price. So, but small bore is a little bit different game. We can't just put components together and start reloading it. You need specialized equipment, and I don't think the branding is one that we see, but I think they all really come from 2 or 3 factories.
Right.
So,
interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Bruno, just to answer your question, the rule book is on the rimfireprecision.ca main page, just down below to the right. There's a couple of links. So that's where the rule book is, as well as the approved production list for rifles, which is going to get reviewed and updated as necessary over the winter. So hopefully by December we'll have the updated rule book and the production list. So for those interested, that's when it's going to come out. 6.5 PRC. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a cousin 300 PRC.
300 PRC. Yeah. I was thinking of doing a centerfire build, but I don't have enough time to shoot rimfire now. So
if you see a 6 PRC rifle on sale, don't get tempted. It's going to be a safe queen, because there's no components, there's no ammo, there's nothing. It's just it's just it's great. It's awesome caliber. It's just there's no components for it.
Right.
So.
Yeah, for sure. It's like, so we're trying to keep these episodes to around an hour, not like the 2.5 hour marathons we used to have.
Yeah.
So I think that'll keep it on point. So that is the season 2, episode 1 catching up on what folks have been doing. Next week, we're hoping to have a sponsor lined up to talk about their products for the coming year. What's new, what's being added. Stay tuned for that. I haven't got a confirmation yet, but that's our plan. If not, we will certainly have the. Well, I don't know. Thomas is no longer here, but we hope to have the ORPS Outlaw Series National Championship announcement for who are the top outlaw shooters in Canada from May to October. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, Asmir, thank you very much for joining us and sharing your insight and experience with Handgun Ban, and thank you for keeping us stocked and well fed with all of the precision goodies. Hey, John, thank you for joining and all the work you do at keeping all those numbers squared and straight away. Squared up and straight, even though I don't post the right spreadsheet. Any parting words or shout outs from you guys?
Thanks everyone again for your support and patience. I know sometimes it's hard to get stuff, so thank you for understanding. We try hard, and keep up, everybody. Keep up the good work. I just want to bring up all the volunteer work that goes in behind the scenes. So to pull the strings to make sure the matches happen. I know volunteers never get enough praise, but shout out to all the guys that are staying up late, counting everything, making sure everything's ready for the matches, charging the batteries for the laptops and various devices, and making sure steel is swinging properly and all of that. Yeah. So thank you.
Thanks, Asmir. Thanks, John. All right. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you all on the firing line. Take it easy.
Bye.